It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. So this movie, a lot is about mentorships and people who inspire your careers like that. You as a comedian, who inspired your career? And
You know, actually, I gotta say that Wanda Sykes was actually very important to me because she was someone that, she was a female comic that made social commentary in such an intelligent way that I really connected with it, and I knew that that was something that was very important to me. So it was great to have an example, knowing that somebody else did something that I was trying to do.
what was something that you noticed that was something different about Pixar than any other place you've worked for before?
You know, there's a lot of talk about diversity in Hollywood and making everything more inclusive, and I think a lot of times when we mention them, we're very critical of people not doing enough. But I also feel that at the same time, we have to give credit where credit is due, and I think Pixar has done a great job referencing diversity and inclusivity in the story by just letting the characters speak for themselves and actually showing that their skill is more important than really what they are. And I think that that's a great lesson to teach kids.
Sure.
To teach them that, you know, it's not really anything based on gender necessarily. If you have a dream, it's not a boy dream or a girl dream. It's just a dream, and you should be willing to go after it.
You mentioned like diversity and whatnot. Do you think that Pixar is doing, continuing the tradition of doing strong female characters? Like, do you think that's progressing in Hollywood right now, or?
I think so. You know, I think that this summer we actually, I mean, we have movies that empower women and empower little girls. I think it's a trend that hopefully will become an everyday thing where we
Sure.
don't have to make such a big deal about it.
Yeah.
But I love that we're addressing it, and I love that we're actually letting people see that women can be capable of doing the same thing as men, which
Sure.
is such a simple idea that I can't believe that we even have to bother addressing it, but we do,
Sure.
and I'm glad we are.
I'm a huge fan of cars just in general. If you could choose one pop iconic car to take home with you, what would you choose?
I want like an Aston Martin, but like done up like James Bond.
So just a James Bond car.
Yeah, I want that one. I want like pressing buttons and having things explode or something.
You want the ejector seat.
I do. I mean, honestly, wouldn't you just kind of love to feel how it feels? An ejector seat.
To be ejected out
You're
of a
on
car?
a date, it's going bad, press the button, bye. Like, I love that.
If it was up to you, where would Cars 4 take place?
Cars 4, I think it would be a great, like maybe a fun story to have them do a cross-country trip, kind of like the old school Cannonball Run from the 1980s.
You know, Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies, and not just because Menudo did the soundtrack to it.
That's amazing. And then my last question is, I think it tells a lot about a person. I ask everybody, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, it is Don't Stop Believing, Journey.
Perfect.
Typical, you know, but does the job.
It's a good classic.
If people start dancing, it becomes a party. It becomes an 80s movie, high school prom scene. I'm all for it.
Absolute pleasure meeting you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a